This content is presented by Ajit Kumar Nair, psychologist, providing online and offline support and guidance. Contact 9446 467 7779. Meet David. Before stepping out of his car for work, he's white-knuckling the steering wheel, feeling completely overwhelmed by the day ahead. When we feel this kind of intense pressure, we often assume we are like a piece of faulty equipment. We go to therapy expecting a professional to step in and fix the parts of us that feel broken. Treating your mind like a malfunctioning machine leads to a dead end. It forces you to wait for a repair that never comes, because human beings don't work like engines. We don't have parts that just need to be swapped out. From a professional perspective, you aren't a project to be repaired. You are a person experiencing a difficult environment without the specific map you need to navigate it. The real objective of therapy is to give you a reliable structure. It's about learning to steady your emotions and creating a path for steady, sustainable personal growth. That feeling of being overwhelmed is actually a useful signal. It's your system telling you that you've reached the limit of your current tools, and it's time to acquire new ones. Modern psychology uses 4 foundational pillars to help you move forward. The first is describe, which in the therapy room we call insight. This is the process of sorting through a chaotic internal mess and finding the right labels for what you are feeling. David, for example, initially thinks he is just angry about his job, but as he looks closer, he realizes his anger is actually a cover for deep, exhaustion-driven burnout. You have to be able to accurately name a problem before you can do anything about it. Insight gives you the clarity to see exactly where you are standing. Once you can name the feeling, you move to the second pillar, explain, which leads to practical tools. This stage involves looking at your history and your thought habits to find the roots of your stress. David discovers that his burnout is driven by a long-standing habit of saying yes to everyone because he's afraid of letting people down. Understanding the cause is a great start, but it doesn't stop the panic in the moment. That's why we use evidence-based exercises, like simple breathing techniques, to help you keep your cool when things get tense. Knowing why you feel stressed is only half the battle. You also need the physical and mental gear to manage that stress the moment it hits you. The third pillar is predict, which allows for changing habits. When you understand your patterns, you can see a trigger coming from a mile away. This foresight gives you a window of time to interrupt your usual reaction and choose a healthier response. When David's boss asks him for extra weekend work, David predicts the usual wave of guilt. Instead of the automatic yes, he uses his tools to stay calm and set a firm, polite boundary. This is where the work becomes real. By changing how you react to small moments, you begin to rewrite the story of your daily life. The final pillar is transform, which leads to the ultimate goal of authentic growth. As these small habit changes stack up, you stop spending all your energy just trying to survive. You begin to reclaim your time and your identity, reaching for a version of yourself that feels genuine and fulfilled. This is a concept championed by Carl Rogers, who believed that when we accept ourselves as we are, we finally have the freedom to change. Abraham Maslow also described this as the peak of human potential, where you are no longer driven by fear, but by your own values. Psychology provides a way to move beyond simple survival. It creates the space for you to become the most present and capable version of yourself. There are many ways to reach this goal, and it helps to think of different types of therapy as different routes up the same mountain. One approach focuses on your present thoughts and behaviors to make immediate changes. Another looks at your past patterns to see how your history is still influencing you today. A third approach prioritizes your personal growth and the way you see your own potential. The specific techniques change depending on which path you take, but the destination, your empowerment, remains exactly the same. Life is like a challenging mountain trail. At some point, you are going to find a massive boulder blocking your path. Therapy doesn't make that boulder vanish. The difficult people and stressful situations in your life will still exist. What therapy does is provide you with the internal strength and the right gear to climb over that obstacle and keep moving forward. This process builds a lasting resilience, making you ready to handle whatever the trail throws at you next. Thank you for watching. This video was presented by Ajit Kumar Nair, psychologist. For support and guidance, contact 944 646 7779.